Okay, so someone was having some problems with the items. When you actually get them in the inventory, then you save, then you drop it, then you load it. And I made already a video, but I don't remember if I actually changed some stuff in my asset. I will show you how I've done it, this problem solved over here. So I'm in the game creator scene pickups. If you don't know where it is in asset, plugins, game creator, install, inventory, items. Wait, install inventory example and then pick up item. This is this scene over here. Okay, now on this scene you will have many items which they are all over here in the pickups. I disabled all of them because some of them they will have a problem with regenerate the ID. You have to go here and regenerate. It's a stupid thing. Anyway, I just deactivate all and activate only two of them, herb red, which is those two red herbs over there. Now these two I change a couple of things. One, over here instead of destroy, so you added the pickup items. Now ignore the fact of this action. It's a custom action that I created for auto stuff, but it's doing the same things like the original one, which is adding to your inventory the item. Then it's playing sound, that you actually bring it to the inventory, and then it's destroying. It's something like this one over here is destroy self. Instead of destroy self, you just say set active self to false. And this one I've done it the same thing. I just set to be disabled after, not destroyed. I know it's a thing, but just save it like this. Then you add a remember component. If you don't know how to add that, you just write over here remember component and you add the remember component and you add in the memory which is called active. It's active, which is this one. So what this does is actually saving this game object if it's getting enabled or disabled. Okay, so since we actually disable deactivate this game object, it will save it as a deactivate, which means that once you actually pick it in your inventory, boom, it's not gonna be over there. It will get deactivated. You're not gonna be able to interact with it or see, but it will still be in hierarchy. I know it's not the best solution if I might say so, but talking in the performance, maybe at the end of it, it will actually put another couple of seconds for loading a game. Couple of seconds less or more is not gonna get too much problems, And as about the game himself, it should not have problems running after it's loading the game. So unless I will find some other ideas, I will tell you. But this, we are talking over here about the items that they are in the scene before you actually start. Okay, so before you start the game, they are over there in the scene because you have to find them over there. This is one of the solutions. The second solution is to actually create, instead of the pickup ingredient herb red over here, you create a point like an empty game object. Let me show you what I mean. I will create a create empty. Now this one I will put here outside of the player. I will go in the scene mode. So this is the game object that I was saying before. It's an empty one. It's a container, doesn't have anything. So I will bring at the position of the, you can even give it a mesh, then you deactivate the mesh. So you can bring it at the position where you actually want. And in this one, you will say to instantiate at the start of the game, you add a trigger to instantiate one of these items. Okay. And on pickup, you have to actually disable this trigger on the save, but it's doing the same thing. So it's just another solution, but it's doing the same thing. Now let's remain to the main one where we don't want to complicate the things. So we have these two objects, two items that they are before And once we're getting in the inventory and we save, we don't want to see them again on the on our scene. Let me show you what I mean. I just brought two buttons over here on the screen. One is saving in the slot one, and the second one is loading from the slot one. So I'm getting this. I have it in my inventory, which is correct. And now I'm saving the game. Over there it says save it. And now I'm loading the scene again. So it's loading perfectly. I still have it in my inventory and the item is not anymore. Otherwise, if I was getting destroyed, the game, if exists in my case, is doing a problem. Is I don't know if it's only my asset, it's having an error. But if in your case is working, to use the if exist, use it. But in my case, it doesn't work. I don't know. Maybe it's my asset. I saw that it's a little bit buggy still, or maybe I should actually do some more but it's all updated. I mean, more than that, I don't know. Anyway, so until here is working. Now, the second problem is when you actually drop it down and you want to have it over there. Like in this case, let's see. I load the game. This it will be from the pre-scene of the game. So I loaded the game. Now I drop it down here. Yeah, it's in the air, doesn't have a rigid body. And now I save this. Of course, I don't have it anymore in my inventory. So when I load the game, I want to see it over here, this one that I dropped it, which is not gonna happen because that one, it doesn't have the game creator doesn't have a system for actually saving instantiated game object when you actually save and load. It's a little bit more difficult to do that. Maybe in the future the developer it will do something, but until then I will use my my asset. Now let's go back to the original one. I will create an empty. I will call this load scene monitor. And on this one, if you didn't download my asset, it's on asset of Unity store. It's called save instantiated game object. And I will add load save scene slot. Now over here, this it will be the scene number one. So I will put here number one. Now, if you know how the array and list works, the first number it's 0, so this one it will be 0, and this one it will be number 1. So this it will be the scene number 1, this scene that we want actually to save. Since this one we don't actually, we will use it, we will call it scene 0. Okay, now I have to save that prefab over there whenever I will instantiate it. So I will create another empty container. I will call it manager herb red, and over here I will add a component, call it iObject, save iObject, save load a iObject, instantiated object, this one. Now let me go in the pickups. I will have to select the location of this prefab. So prefab, select asset. So in this way I can see it in my project. Where is it? I will go back in the manager herb red, and over here I have to actually drag the pickup herb red here. In this way the saving load, it will know which example to instantiate, because it will instantiate an example wherever the game object is needed, or it will actually monitor his status. If he's getting deactivated or deleted from the scene, it will actually deactivate or delete and so on. Now this one you can give whatever name you want, but have to be unique by author prefabs. So prefabs, what I mean that if I want to do the same thing for the herb blue, I have to give it another name. I have to create another manager herb blue and give it a different name from this one. Now this name over here can be whatever you want. I will recommend to you to choose something that is not too obvious, because this it will actually save a file on your computer and it will be with this name. So if you have something very sensible, you know, people, they will actually try to actually cheat and go over there and change values. Now I made this asset in such a way not to be hackable, and if someone is trying, automatically the saving slot, it will get corrupted and it will be automatically deleted. This is just to prevent cheaters and hackers, because people, they should play the game, not to cheat. Now I will give the reverse name. It will be like der Brech herb, like this, der Brech. Yeah. And now you have to declare how many of these objects you think that the player it will instantiate in the scene. Also, I don't know, maybe if you kill a monster, you have a game like I'm working on a game with zombies, and whenever I kill a zombie, I want the zombie to drop something. Let's say that it will drop a flower for me, this red herb. I don't know how many they will actually drop on the entire map. This is the thing. So how many I want to actually save? Probably I will say about 200, because in a game session I will not kill more than 200 zombies, and not probably all of them they will actually drop this flower, you know. But you can put even 1000, I don't know. Just for the sake of the scene, I will put 10 in this case. Leave empty this, because they will get automatically completed in the game whenever something is dropped, instantiated actually. Now the store minimum and store maximum is the store key, which it will encrypt the file, as I said before, with a different key between this range. Now you can change this if you want. Make sure that this one, it's the number, it's less than the maximum, you know. It will prevent the cheaters to actually understand the encryption method. It will get them crazy, because each time they will get another key, and in this way, if my system, it will detect that someone have actually changed one symbol over there, the entire slot is getting resetted, is getting deleted. So in this way, everyone should stay to play the game, not to cheat. So this is the manager herb red. Now on the pickup herb red over here, we have to declare that this is an instantiated game object. It will be an instantiated game object, which is iObject, okay? And over here we have to write the name of the manager herb red, which is this one, manager herb red. How we have done over there, manager herb red. Okay, it's the same name. The second thing that we have to do is to go on the save load button, and we say over here invoke method, and we have to do it like this, editor or runtime. We will drag over here the load scene monitor, this one, and we have to find the load save scene slot script, which is this one over here, and then we want to save in the slot number 1. We have to remember this. The same thing on the load. Actually, on the load we don't have to do nothing, because this it will get loaded automatically, since we are actually starting this scene already. If we had another scene, a scene with only the menus, which all the games should have the start scene. The start scene should be the one where we actually have the menu, and the menu contains, you know, settings, save slot, load slot, author options, customization maybe, and so on. And from that you actually get in this scene. We don't have to actually say to load. So at the start of when we actually go in the runtime, we play, it will automatically load our values besides game creator, which is having another system, but we don't care for that at the moment. Now let's go back on the pickups again, since this one they had, even them they have this I object. Now this I object, we don't have to have it on these items that, as I said, they will be here before we actually loading the scene. So we have to delete on this one, and on this one we have to delete the I object script. This one have been added because we changed the prefab. Now the prefab, the original prefab, as we can see, it's having this. It's supposed to be like this, okay? Because this it will be whenever we instantiate it, it will get. But this one they will not get instantiated, okay? This one are already here. Now let's go and play the game. So at the moment in our inventory we don't have nothing. We have the two items over there. I will take the first flower. I can see it in my inventory. I will actually save the game. Okay, and now I will load the scene again. And I have an error. Let's see what the error is saying. Oh yeah, we have a problem since I was doing some tests before. Is detecting that already a system loading a saving value with the same thing. It was already over there and it doesn't know what to do anymore because it's supposed to clear a clear slot before. That's just because I was doing some tests earlier. I was doing a test without actually when you change these ones, when you change these two scripts, these two ID names, it will actually give an error. But whenever you actually save the old saving data, it will get deleted automatically, so it's not that a problem. Now we go in the load scene monitor, we will force delete, and we have a clean slot from the start. So right now it's deleting all the old stuff. So this is how it's supposed the game to be from the start. So nothing in our inventory. We take the first flower. We have it in our inventory. It's okay. We saving, and now we loading. So here it is. We loaded back. We have it in our inventory. Let's stop the gameplay. Now, when I will go now back in the play mode, it will load automatically the saving from my asset, which is the one of the if I was pick and drop an item, it was saving. But at the moment, we didn't actually load the game creator. That's why it's appearing again over there. So we will load with game creator the scene, the saving values. And as we can see, the item over there is not anymore, and we have an item in our inventory. But the problem with game creator is this one. When I want to actually drop this item, drop it down and then save and load back, this thing with game creator is not working because it's at the moment it doesn't have this system that is covering the instantiated game object. But since we have done this with my asset, I can see it over here that this one it's detected, it's already with a component. Now I don't know why it's not regenerating this. I have to check, but anyway, this is not a problem at a moment. Anyway, we don't have it in inventory and it's over there. If I go in the manager hub red and I will save it right now, I can see you already added that item. It detected that it is an item or somewhere instantiated. So now I can actually stop the gameplay. And when I will actually load the game, it will load that that item. You see it over there. This is because we are already in the scene. We already loaded this scene. As for the game creator doesn't have the same system, we should have a pre-scene, the one with the menu that I said, and whenever we press the load button, it's loading the player position, the inventory, so we can see that we don't have it anymore in inventory, and is loading even my asset, which is that airbread position over there and status. So right now I can take it back, I can go over here, I can drop it down, and if I load again the game, it will load the position and is the same position? I don't think so. Let me see. Drop, save, load. Yeah, it is. I think at the start it didn't do it like that. Maybe I've done it too fast or I didn't save. Maybe the button save it didn't work. Let me take again, do another test. I will go here, I will drop it here, save, and now if I load the game again, it's giving him an error. That's pretty strange. If I do a load 3 times, it should actually clean the error. Input string was not in a correct. Hmm. 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 Nope, he didn't save it. Hmm. Somewhere there is an error, and I'm wondering where and who's got that error. Save, load. think I know what is this error, because on my asset I have a panel which actually has to be brought on this scene too. You have to give 3 seconds for saving the items, because if I do it too fast, like for example, if I go here and I drop it down and I go and save, I do go save load fast, it will actually do that error. But if I'm giving these 3 seconds and now I'm loading, it should not do that error anymore and it should load correctly. Let me do a test again, and I'm pretty sure that's the problem. Let's see if I drop it down here and I do save and load. Here it is. That's the problem, yeah. And it's giving me that error. So now I don't have to go on my scene of the asset, but if you go on that, you'll see that I have a panel which have to be brought, and it will actually block all the screen, and you can't actually press the load button unless have passed those 3 seconds. Those are I give those to actually process all the game objects, and to give time to my asset to actually save, because when we're talking about saving instantiated game object, when you save a couple of them, like only 10, 20, it's one thing, but when you save like thousands of game objects, it's taking those seconds to actually process. So I said, for not having problems at all, I just put the script in such a way to process in another type of algorithm in such a way to not increase the number. Let's say you want to actually save 10,000 game object, it will get the same 3 seconds. Yeah, it's a little bit more hard to explain to you, but in the big, that's the problem. Now I will have to actually force delete the save slot again. So let's take the item. I will actually drop it here, and we're saving 1, 2, 3, and we can load. And here it is. It's over there. No problems, no errors. You actually have to have a loading and saving image transition, because otherwise when the game it will get many objects in the scene and so on, it will get a little bit like heavy even for any computer you have and any save system you have actually. I'll get it back again and drop it down here, save 3, 2, 1 and load. Let's see if I change the position over here, save. Now it doesn't import anymore that one because we didn't instantiate it again. And here it is, it's saving everything. We can test even with this one. Actually this one we drop it here. And we click save, 3, 2, 1 and load. Now we stop the game. When I will load it back, these 2 items, they will get automatically loaded since we're loading this scene and it's normal. But those 2 over there, they're still appearing since they've not been loaded with game creator system. So when we load with a game creator system, it will check those 2 items if they've been deactivated, so it will see that they are not anymore active. So we have back. That's why you have to create a scene which is the pre-scene, the one that is saving only menu settings, options and so on. and when you press from that one load save, you get in this one, or from this one you get in another slot. The same thing is gonna happen. So in such a way not to have all the objects together. If you have questions, you can put it in my Discord, or if you like, there is a game creator project which is having many things that can make you much more easy in your game creation. It's an active community in the Discord, and if you have problems, there is always someone that actually it's over there to answer to your question.